Hello friends, welcome to my channel or welcome to another vlog. I have been excited about this one for quite some time and it's finally here, so we are going to be doing some unique things for a couple days, and so I just love to have you come along and see what we get up to. The raspberries are long since not producing, so I'm going to trim back because there's a lot of this overgrowth and it's just annoying to mow around. I don't know if that's the thing I should do for raspberries, but it's the thing I'm going to do. And plus there are a few weeds to pull out. Like these things, whatever they are, always like to grow in my raspberry bush. Had a moth try to get in my mouth. But these things always like to grow in my raspberry bush. They don't have very deep weeds as far as I can tell. So, or weeds, very deep roots is what I meant to say. Alright, after messing around with the raspberry bush, I did get a shower, washed my hair, and just styled that. I want that to look nice for tomorrow. We're doing something fun. I kind of told you about this, I think in the previous vlog. I kind of mentioned, hey, we're going to be doing something fun. A little out of character for me, not something I normally do, but we're going to a concert tomorrow. It's at our local fairgrounds, so I am excited about that. It's a Christian country person. How would I say that? The singer is going to be Ann Wilson. She is a Christian country type of singer, and I am excited. I don't typically listen to a lot of music. I'm just not one of those people, but when I do, I really enjoy some of her songs. Now, don't ask me to name any of her songs. I'm not good at that, but I can recognize her voice when I hear it. I can recognize her singing when I hear it for sure. But on that note, then today I had really planned on going to a coffee shop. I've talked about this before. I've been wanting to go. I've been aching to go, get out of the house, do that, something different, a different space and everything like that. But another thing just keeps coming up and keeps coming up. And we've had this squirrel issue, which I talked about in a previous vlog before. Although we've caught 2 squirrels in these like little live trap things, we still have a squirrel getting into the house somewhere and we do not know. We have a pest control person. I've been up on our own roof and looked. I'm sure they're getting in somewhere up there. We have a tree by our sunroom window, and they go up and down that, or we have a wire that goes right by a tree that also goes from like the electric pole to our house. Either one of those and both of those probably are their ways of getting on the roof. So we're still dealing with that, and the guy is coming after lunch. Not really sure when he considers lunch. Maybe we should have asked that, but coming after lunch, and that could be anywhere from, it's 11:52. This is about my lunchtime, so it could be soon. It could be a little bit further away. Anyways, he's going to get up on the roof, see what he sees and everything like that. But you guys, also, so I don't know if I'm going to get to go to the coffee shop. The one I want to go to closes at 2, and that might be a bit of a tight stretch. But another thing I was talking about with the whole coffee shop thing, work and everything like that, is I have this little planner thing. Absolutely love this type of planner. I've gotten really comfortable. I've had this one for, well, this style for a couple years. It has the monthly calendar in it, and it has the weekly like day separation thing in it where you can, jot down your notes and everything like that, things you want to do maybe for that day or just different things you want to remember. So today's Tuesday. I didn't write down any notes yesterday of what I did. But one thing that I really like to do is I like to put on the side here all the videos that I need to videos edit and thumbnails to create, because after doing some of these, like especially with like the hair videos and then versus the vlogging videos, and I just can easily lose track of what content I have filmed and what I don't, what I have edited and what I don't. And so my problem was, you know, I write down in my notes what I've done, what each day and everything like that, or what I want to do as I'm planning out. And sometimes when I film on Saturdays, I forget to like carry it over on the next week that I had filmed that. And so I was forgetting to write down some of these videos that I had to edit and to create thumbnails for and everything like that. I'm like, I know I have more of this content done, but when I was looking at my actual like videos that I have uploaded on YouTube, I was like, it's not that many that I have that are still like private, that are unavailable yet for you guys to see. Done ahead a little bit, I guess I could say. And I'm like, where are all these videos? And I'm looking back through, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have all this content that I have that I still need to edit. I was just figuring that out. So I have a lot to do. Now, granted, hair videos tend to go pretty fast for me. I can usually push through those pretty good time, but I'm in the middle of doing a vlogging video that I have. It's the one, well, it would have already come out. It would have been last week's video that you guys that I'm talking about. So I'm in the middle of doing that one, and that's going to take a decent chunk of time today yet, I believe. But I would like to get a hair video done. I just don't think so. Over this week though, I want to say today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I should be able to get a decent amount done too. I would like to get 3 or 4 videos edited. They're hair videos. That would be my goal. Another thing tonight that I'm looking forward to is that we are going to my grandma's house, and she hosts cards. Now, grandma plays cards with a lot of different groups of people and everything like that, but she used to have this regular Tuesday night group, and actually it used to not always be at her place. It would rotate around. Now it's kind of just been like consistently at her place, and we haven't been that consistent. The last time we played cards was just before Easter, and granted, we usually take a little break like around spring planting time and everything, and then I guess there was the wheat harvest, but we haven't played cards for a long time. We play 5-card pinochle, which is kind of an old-fashioned person's game, I feel like, and we also play 13. So I wanted to make a little something for her place, just, you know, kind of to, you know, provide a little help in the snack department, I guess. And I love to bake, so I thought I saw these strawberry crinkle cookies looked good, sounded delicious and everything like that. I said, why not make those? Now, I've had one other time making crinkle cookies, or I think I've only had one other experience making crinkle cookies, and it's not been something that I feel like I'm very good at, or I don't know, maybe I just haven't found the right recipe. One, my cookies look nothing like that. I think I would have had to add a lot more food dye to it, and that's just not something I necessarily want to do. But these are what my cookies are looking like. Now, I will say, they taste good. They just don't look that great. They're annoying and messy to make, and I feel like the texture of mine feels extra buttery, extra kind of, I don't want to say greasy, but kind of greasy. Like, why do they feel greasy? Am I just not making the right recipe or anything? Like I said, they taste good, but they just don't look that good. I'm gonna try one again. I had one last night as they were like cooling on the counter and everything like that, but I mean, they're okay, but I don't think I'm gonna do that recipe again. It's just not what I was hoping for. Let me know if you guys have a good crinkle cookie recipe. I would love to have you guys share it if you're willing. Okay, it is about 5:30 in the afternoon, or early evening, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to consider it. But where have I been, you ask? Pretty much here on my computer. I mean, I started out in the sunroom, I moved over to the living room, and now I've migrated here. I had a really bad headache earlier on. It started out like I had the headache in the morning time, but it was just like a mild dullness. But in the afternoon, it really reared up, and I finally had to take some medicine and took some Tylenol because she was getting kind of ugly, you know what I mean? So that went away pretty fast though, thankfully. And then I've been pumping out some videos here. Like I said, I was editing my vlog video, finished that, and I do have to do the thumbnail for that, but I think I'm going to tackle that tomorrow. And now I'm working on another curly hair video and everything. So I'm getting things accomplished, happy about that. We will be going to my grandma's about 7:30. Well, we'll be there at grandma's about 7:30. So I'd say we'd probably leave here a little after 7. And I do need to fix a plate of cookies, which I'll be doing that in a little bit. Like I said, I made those cookies the other day with the intention of taking them over there, and even though they didn't turn out quite like I wanted, like I'm not as impressed with them as I hope to be, I think the others will enjoy them. So besides, I can't eat them all by myself and shouldn't eat them all by myself, so definitely need to share them. And whatever they don't eat at cards tonight, I will also be dropping some off at work then the following day, I think, as well. I never did make it to the coffee shop, and I'm disappointed, but you know what, I was looking into the coffee shops that we have around here, and we don't have that many, to be truthfully honest, so my options are limited. But several of them are closed, and I think it's because our local fair is going on. I don't know. Let me know. Did you guys go to the fair when you guys were younger? Was that something that was, you know, even around in your area? I'm not really sure. In our area, there's lots of fairs. Every county has their own fair. And so it's something I grew up with. I took calves to the fair, feeder calves. So they were usually around like 6, maybe 7 months old, anywhere from 4 to 6 months old, and usually around, I used to know the cutoff. It used to be somewhere between like 300 pounds and 600 pounds. I might have that a little off. I don't know if it's the same rules as it was back when I was in 4-H, but it was something along those lines for the weight. I absolutely love taking calves to the fair and kind of wish I could still do it, but they were long days at the fair too. I don't always miss that. I am looking forward though tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to the concert and I'm looking forward to having an elephant ear. You guys, I have not had one of those in a long time. I usually go to the fair every year, at least one day, because my dad's birthday falls on the fair and he absolutely loves to be out there anyways. He likes to visit and everything. So I'm usually out there with him on his birthday. But I was a good girl last year and I didn't have an elephant ear. To be truthfully honest, I don't remember what I did have, but I know it wasn't one of those. And I have just been craving one. Definitely been craving one. So I think we'll have that later. But like I said, that's tomorrow. Today, I am going to do a little bit more editing, going to get the cookie plate ready, and head on over to Grandma's. Hey friends, it is Wednesday morning. It is concert day. I'm still not probably gonna be like a wild, crazy, cheering up and like clapping my hands type of person. I don't know. I don't know what kind of person I'll be, but we'll wait and see. But there are a few things that I need to do before we go to the fair tonight. I need to run several errands. I need to drop off some of the extra cookies that I had baked at my workplace. And then I also want to stop at Hobby Lobby because I don't know, I think it was like the previous vlog where I talked about and showed you the cradle that had been in my family for a while. It was my grandpa's cradle. I don't know if it had been in any generations before that, but my grandpa had 5 siblings and they all like used the cradle, and I am passing it on to my cousin. He's the only male cousin on my dad's side of the family, so he's the only one keeping the last name. And my aunt, I remember, had asked for it to be in the last name. She still had me in mind, which was very thoughtful, very kind of her. It's my great aunt, I should say, my grandpa's oldest sister. I was very touched and blessed, but I just didn't use it. I had no way to display it or anything like that, even to use it as a decoration piece, which it's very beautiful. It would look great as a decoration piece. And that's kind of what we're going to do, I think, with this one. I spoke with my aunt, my cousin's mom, and she thinks that this will look really good for a decoration piece. And I had another aunt create a little plush, like padded quilted type piece to lay on the bottom of it, because it was just like those, it wasn't doll rods, but it was those round little rods. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the piece that I am talking about. You can see it is beautiful. You can see the fabric here. I think I actually have it upside down. I do. There's the seam right here. So it actually goes this way. But it's such a beautiful quilted like pattern. Let me bring it to you up close here so you can kind of see some of the prints. and I just absolutely think it's gonna be so adorable. But what I'm thinking I would like to do, I want to stop at Hobby Lobby. I want to look into some ribbon, possibly getting some matching ribbon, and maybe like the wire ribbon type deal where I can make like a big bow, like a big package like bow for this. I'm not 100% sure if I can find what I need, but I'm going to definitely have a look at Hobby Lobby. I said before in the previous vlog too, where I talked about the cradle, that my cousin's wife, she is big into antiques, family heirlooms and things like that. And so I really think that this is going to be a good home for that cradle, and she will treasure it. And the idea that my aunt has is that they'll probably put like stuffed animals and things like that in there. So I think that will be something that'll be really neat, unique and everything. So I'm looking forward to that. The shower is this Saturday, so it's still a few days away yet. But like I said, I want to go to Hobby Lobby. I need to drop off those cookies. I want to go to Hobby Lobby. And I felt like there was another thing. Oh, the gym. Yeah, I want to go to the gym. So those are my goals. Those are my errands. I have to stop at my client's place here real quick. I had to check the time, make sure I wasn't running late. But I need to stop talking because I do need to get those cookies plated up yet. And then as well, go to my clients, like I said. All right, I know this is an odd angle, but I've been trying to make bows. And so I want to make another bow like this. And this isn't like amazing work, but I think it's the best I can do in the time that I have to do it. So I measured out the same amount of ribbon that I had done with this bow, and we're just going to try to repeat the process. I watched several videos on how to do this, and this one just seemed the most simple, I guess. I should have maybe measured my starting point, but I'm just going to guesstimate how much I did. All right, I'm just going to use my finger kind of as a base, and they say give yourself about finger width extra each time you go. And I did that most of the time. Some of the times I did not, because I didn't want my bow to be too crazy big. So we're just going to try to, like I said, make this as similar to the first process as possible.
Looking for a reason, driven by the heart, fighting for a season, with sadness fall apart.
My biggest fear is it not turning out like the first bow that I did. My first bow isn't perfect, but if I could have this one look similar to it, that would be perfect, or that'd be fine by me.
Tell me not to worry.